Hello and welcome to the Meltdown, the show where we cheese and tease and we break down and melt down barriers one bite at a time. I'm SOA the cow, I'm your host, and I have the huge pleasure to talk tonight with SOA de MUSE.
Bonjour, Dad.
Bonjour.
How are you?
I am very, very, very good.
Very good.
Good as cows can be.
Oh, like for now, only.
And I want to present you to everybody who doesn't know you yet. Yeah. So SOA de MUSE is an artist, a multidisciplinary artist from France, living in Paris, famous among many other things for appearing on the TV show Drag Race France, and just recently on RuPaul's Drag Race Global All-Stars, kind of the Olympics of drag. Before that, you were performing in cabaret like Madame Arthur,
yes,
and
exactly.
Now since 2 years?
Yeah, 3 years now, I think. Yeah.
3 years, you have your own cabaret,
yes,
which is called La Bouche.
The mouth, La Bouche.
The mouth. As we can see, SOA has a very beautiful mouth, a loud mouth, and hopefully some nice things that come out of it as well.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
And tonight some nice things will also go into it because we're going to eat fondue.
And it's the reason why I say yes to come here, baby.
Oh, that's
no shade. I'm into fondue so much.
You like fondue, you're French. There is sometimes a fight between Switzerland and France who invented it.
Yeah, about the fondue? Yeah, I think that's a white thing.
I'm Jewish, I don't care about this. It's like,
I think the thing between France and Switzerland, like saying who invented the fondue, I was like, I wasn't there.
Yeah, same for me actually.
We weren't there at that time. It was like whites fighting.
White people fighting. I mean, I'm a white person as well, but it's a white cow.
White cow.
I like this.
It's better.
Question.
Tell me, babe.
What melts your heart?
What melts my heart? I think it's the stage, though.
The stage.
When I perform on stage, it's what make me. Is that the question? It's like what's make me no.
What makes you go like?
Oh, okay. It depends. It can be like the men's, like the guys around the world. I'm here for that. No shade.
And touring.
And it's not only that touring, but anyway. But I think, yeah, it's when I'm on the stage. It's really like when I really feel all the energy of everyone, and I feel this kind of, I exist when I'm on stage.
I mean, you have a really incredible stage presence. I've seen you on TV, and it's just oozing out of the TV, almost like into my living room. It's nice to have you here sitting in front of me. How did you get to the stage? What did you bring to performance?
What you mean is that when what I bring.
What is it? How did it even start? How did this passion come?
Oh, I think it was when I was young. I think I want to do so much dance and maybe theater or something like that. And my parents wasn't into it at that time. So they try, to do, you want to do some sports? No, you want to do some dance? Oh, we're gonna do some sport. Like, yes, you're gonna do some judo.
You did judo?
Yeah, I did judo before, yeah.
Scary.
No shade, but maybe when I'm someone, he can move, baby. No shade, anyway. So they try, try to maybe make me more masculine, but it was really something I want to do when I was younger. And when I was younger, I was in my bedroom dancing crazy, imagine myself on stage. So it's not something
It never started, it was just always there.
Yeah, it was always there, yeah.
So when you say that they wanted you to be more masculine, so you always had like an interest in other things than was expected from you.
Exactly, so much, yeah. I was really into, and I think sometimes my father would say, yes, at that time I tried to, because he was maybe afraid to how the people gonna react with me, and maybe they're gonna be violent because I'm different. So he tried maybe to make me more masculine, but I was just more stronger. I think I am stronger. And he is a big fan of comics, like Marvel comics. My father is a big fan, so he really gave me this addiction about Marvel comics. So when I see, this kind of beautiful girls, tall, powerful, like Storm, something like that, I was like, I want to be like her.
So you identified with them, not the muscle or superhero.
No, I literally identified myself with like superheroes with great power, Jean Grey, Phoenix, etc. Yeah, that's my shit.
But like this fear that many parents might have when their kids are not necessarily like conforming the gender stereotypes, do you feel like was it looking back to your life, was it justified? Did you experience like a lot of difficulties? Or how do you look back on your growing up time?
I think I was, when everyone, and like the people every time tell me I was different. It was every time like that. Not because, it was maybe because of my looks, because of how I react or my femininity, etc., etc. So I wasn't like so, I was used to it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was used to it. But in the same times, that's helped me to make me more stronger and to respond to the people. And because when I was more younger, I was more like shy and...
You were shy?
I was shy, baby.
Oh, can you show me how that looks?
That's a lie.
Cute, but I prefer the contemporary version of you.
Shade. But after that, more I've grown and more I take, this kind of energy to express myself.
So you learned to take the space in whatever way was right for you.
Yeah.
And when did SOA come into play there?
Whoa, okay. I think it was at my 15th. My parents give me a name and I respect that, but that's the name they give to me. And when I heard this name, I was like, this is not me though. This is not me. It's just the vision of my parents. And at my 15th, I come back to my house and say, okay, after the school, I have to come back to my house and say, my name is not this, it's not that anymore. It's SOA now. I really create that name.
What was the reaction?
And my parents was like, yeah, you're young. It's your teenager shit, etc. But now I'm 35, so,
And it's still SOA?
It's still SOA.
And how is SOA doing?
So it's good. It's me. You have someone in the photo of you, yeah? It's
amazing.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
You look fantastic, and you're
too, baby. And we're matching though.
The golden girls of
Hello.
SOA.
Connection.
Question though.
Tell me.
So you did perform. You started having a career with that, and at some point you are cast in Drag Race France.
Yes.
And then not only you become a finalist and runner-up, you get invited to participate in RuPaul's Drag Race Global All-Stars, which is the first time ever this existed.
Yes.
12 drag queens from 12 different countries. Like, people who don't know the meaning of these shows in the queer community, can you explain what does it do to you, your life, your career?
To go to Global All-Stars?
Both journeys.
When I start Drag Race France, for me, it was, they contact me to do Drag Race France. And they contact me to do the cast. But when they contact you to do a cast, it's like, yes, it's like they want you. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring another vision of drag. I'm gonna bring the vision of the cabaret drag, because when you come from the cabaret, you come from France, cabaret is the big thing in the drag vision, in the French drag vision. So I was proud to bring some cabaret into it. And after that, when Global All Stars coming, I was like, bitch, no shade. And they contact me, I was like, yeah, I need to do it, because I'm gonna represent France, but not the cliche vision of France we have. I'm gonna represent my vision of France, and to be a black girl to represent France,
It's very meaningful.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Speaking about this, your performances, they often incorporate these questions, like political questions.
Yeah, literally.
What are the struggles that you feel are very close to your heart?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I think when you do drag, you need to have this kind of intersectional vision. It's not just about queer community, it's about the world. We need to be, so I'm gonna say everything, like, how can I explain that? I try to fight against racism, homophobia, transphobia, all of that, because in France right now, baby, it's not smell so good. No.
And your presence as a black person, as a queer person, I think it wasn't existing when we were growing up.
No, literally not.
So I can imagine that you being out there, being fully you, it's such a triumph also over time, right? In that sense. Yeah.
It's a fight, because now it's kind in political in France, it's like we step back, we go to the past, and we don't want to see the future. So it not smell good there. So it's the reason why I'm so into the political vision about drags and not political, but just the political and artistic vision of drag.
How do you approach a performance? Like, what is your process? Do you start with the topic? Like, I read in the news, about this kind of injustice? I need to do something about it, or does it come from a song? How?
I think it comes from a song, and the song I choose is every time I have this kind of message in a certain way. I don't want to do just a pop, and I respect that, but I don't want to do just a pop music song and give you a death drop. That we don't say death drop, we say deep. It's a deep in a voguing, in the voguing vocabulary, it's a deep. It's not a death drop. You're welcome. And so it's not just that. It's like take a music and try to understand what the music say to me. You know what I mean? And bring that on stage. So for me, it's already political to have this kind of precise choices about music. Yeah. I don't know if you understand me.
I do. Speaking about dips. We're gonna dip some bread into this thing here a bit later, so I'm gonna turn off the phone.
Oh, let's turn it on. Oh,
just to start heating it up. One of my ideas with this show, the meltdown, is, many things are melting down. My first question about this was about your heart, but when did you have your last real meltdown? Like an emotional meltdown?
I think it was. I think it was when you say meltdown, is in the good way or the bad way? It depends.
It's a good question, yeah.
You know,
like usually, like an emotional meltdown is maybe not that positive, but it can lead to something positive, no?
Yeah. Okay. So I think it was, and after the episode, I think it was the episode 4. No, I don't remember. It was the episode. It was one of the episodes when we have this kind of problem with Nelly, etc.
So there was like a social dynamic in the group of contestants, and the fan response was very harsh.
And the fans was really harsh, and I was like, I literally do nothing. I don't want to bully Nelly. I was literally talk to her, and in my mind, I was like, bitch, you are on the top.
Sure.
It's okay. It's okay. You need to, and I really, because you don't see that, because I talk to her and I say to her, yes, like, girl, trust yourself. And because she said to me, yeah, my English is not good. I was like, my English is not good too. Like, can you hear me?
But you have good faces.
But so, it was really like a roller coaster of emotion, because people really say me hate, like, you need to die, you are a monkey.
People
like,
write this kind of thing.
Oh, yes, yeah. Literally.
Super racist.
Super violent. And I contact the production, and I just ask them if they're, because you can have a psychologist. Yeah. So I literally contact them, and they give me a contact to a psychologist, and I speak to her, and she literally tell me, they're not upset about you. They may be upset about the situation, and maybe this situation make them in a kind of trauma position, and in the same time, they are passionate.
Yeah, but your situation is still your situation. It's not about them. You receive the message.
But I receive the message, but I don't understand. Sometimes I think passion can be in the good way and sometimes in the bad way.
But I would like to question something on that, like this visibility that you gain through the show, and of course, like being a Black person, being a non-binary person, you receive different reactions than other people. Oh, yeah, so the visibility comes also with a cost.
Oh, yes. But it's the reason why when I think when I signed the contract, I know it wasn't be like everything gonna be like cool and stuff. No, you're gonna receive some, some hate or maybe some bad comments, but we need really to take distance, like as Queen, because we do Global All Stars, but we need to take distance of what happened.
Because you're much more than this brand.
Yes, and for me, I'm not a bad person, but I don't want to justify the thing like I'm not a bad person. If you know me, you're gonna say yes. Yeah. I'm not a bad person.
Yeah, I guess we need to give each other the benefit of the doubt much more.
Yeah, and it's...
So especially with an edited TV.
And no tea, no shade. I can understand the reaction of the people sometimes, but it's a fucking TV reality show.
Yeah.
This is not the real life. So if you want, to send all this bad comments and something, you can maybe take this energy and be upset about what happened in Palestine right now, an example, and what happened in Ukraine, what happened in all of the what happened right now, what happened in Israel in the same time. It's crazy how people like...
there's a polarization going on so many levels, literally. And I guess social media is reinforcing that. And I have another topic I would like to touch, since we are gonna maybe start
Let's go.
putting some cheese in there.
Oh my God, yes.
So this,
It's gonna be porn right now. Okay.
would you do me the favor?
How to do?
You can rip it open here and then just start squeezing it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open it, yeah.
Yeah, you can just rip it open and be careful with your clothes and your makeup. Great. So
I have a show after. You're gonna kill me. My lip sync's gonna be like something. Okay.
and you can just like squeeze it into the pot. Yes. Maybe a bit higher so we have the angles. Yes, it's
Oh, sorry.
all good. So I'm a cow, you know.
Yeah.
And we talked about like things that are maybe problematic, like the gender roles, the stereotypes. A lot of traditions, they come with a high cost. Like we like traditions, but they also often there is a victim on the side that we do not look at. And for me, as a Swiss vegan cow, the victim in the fondue culture is the cow.
The cow, that's right.
So for me, I mean, I didn't know. I grew up loving cheese, meat, and all these things. And at some point, I just realized, wow, we lock them up, we kill them, we force them to have babies. You can give it to me. And like learning all this, ooh.
Well, I did that.
All good, all good.
Woo! Okay.
Learning all this for me was actually, it was quite a shock because I was always looking at myself as somebody who was like a peace-loving, non-violent, la la la. And then I realized, oh wow, the meat I'm eating is actually dead animals. And usually they have not been killed happily.
You're saying, yeah.
So I had this moment when this aha moment where it's like, wow, I'm in the queer community. We speak about consent. We speak about respecting people's sexual autonomy, their physical autonomy. But what I'm doing with my consumption of animals, eating them, I deny them all of that. They don't give consent. They don't have sexual freedom. They cannot even leave and see the sun, many of them, the pigs, the chickens. Yeah. So for me, like, animals are kind of a prolongation of all these other topics. And I wanted to ask you, like you say, everything is political. What is your opinion on animals?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you like because I eat meat. I eat chicken.
I know. I heard you talk about chicken.
I'm literally a chicken girl, but I think it's something social because from my island, I think the chicken was something was maybe the only meat we have at that time. So it's something, you know.
So you're in Martinique, where you live part of your life.
Yeah, in Martinique, and I think it's, of course, it's not a good thing to eat like when you go to this kind of fast food and eat this kind of meat, baby. I'm like, you know, but in the same time, it's expensive, you know, to have it to be like.
There is a reason. I think there's always reasons for these things. We come from where we come from. We learn the things we learn.
Yeah.
But I just, for me, sometimes this argument that it's my culture, like I said, I'm from a Jewish culture. So it's not, many things are not right the way it's done. Women cannot read from the Torah, la la la. There is so many things, like, I mean, women. The cultural role for women, it's so restricted in all cultures, basically, still. And so how do we find the right balance between changing the traditions or like saying no to the violent part of it and renewing them? For me, like, when you say that's my island, that's my culture, the chicken doesn't care in a way, you know?
Yeah, literally, but it's about, I think it's more about a history thing, about the slavery in the same way, how we eat, what they give it to us to eat, you know what I mean? So I think it's the reason why I say it's cultural things, but in the same time, of course, I try sometimes, to buy some things like more, not go in a supermarket and buy a meat like this, I'm gonna try to go, but it's expensive. And now, from now, like an example, in my island, Martinique, people, when you go to the market, is not gonna be the same price in France. Like it's more expensive in Martinique right now. More. Crazy more, more. And the problem is like, because it's more, like now in Martinique, they're really manifesting about that because they paid the same as in France, hexagonal France. And I think it's literally a mix with all of that,
Yeah, no, I think it's also, these processes are very, very deep and personal. It's like, I think the evolution cannot come immediately. And I also think it's not the first place to go to change habits. It's not Martinique. We have to look at what we do in Switzerland, in France, in countries where we eat so much animal food that we have to exploit the countries in the global south, for example, because we grow soy there in Brazil, so we feed it to our chickens so we can have cheap eggs.
Yeah.
But for me, there is a connection in these big justice movements. And I sometimes really miss that people open up their empathy towards other animals.
Yeah, you're right.
Because like we speak about feminism and trans rights and homophobia.
But we don't talk about the animals.
And it's like their bodies are not real bodies. Which brings me back to this fondue.
Because the fondue is vegan fondue, right?
It's vegan fondue, exactly.
And you know, I tasted. I was like, it's cheese though.
Actually, a Swiss company, they're called New Roots, and it's made by cashew nuts. It's a fat liquid, you know. They squeeze the nuts instead of squeezing the nuts.
And after that they put some spices on it.
It's the same fermentation process that makes cheese, but it brings vegan cheese. It's the same. You just put the same kind of yeast and bacteria and stuff, and it's all like ethically sourced. It's organic, and what I love about they really have this vision that they say we make the traditions of the future. But it's the same thing, like the same process, ideally same taste in the end. And for me, there's something really hopeful about that.
And I have a question because you're vegan.
Yeah.
So how did you, what did you eat to have, all the nutriment, etc. And how do you replace it?
The hardest one to replace is B12 vitamin. But they actually put it into the food of animals as a supplement because the animals don't eat grass or they're not outside. So rather than having the animals be fed supplements, I can eat the supplements.
Yeah, literally.
And the protein otherwise, I like nuts, I like tofu, I like all these things, tempeh, but then also like seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, these kind of things. Yeah. I'm not such an expert. I just eat. Basically, I'm also lucky. I don't like... But wait, I need to come back to one thing because the cheese is getting hot.
Oh, yes, the cheese is getting hot.
And I need to explain some rules.
Okay, what's the rules?
Fondue rules, you know fondue rules?
Yes, it's when you lose the meat.
You lose the bread.
The bread. You have what you do?
There's different ways, actually.
Tell me what you need to do.
In some groups, it's very community thing. You have to drink. Sometimes you have to pay the drinks.
I am into the drink things.
Okay, we will drink then. In some places you have to go out into the snow and run around, but in our case we're gonna drink real milk. Mother's milk.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready. What? What milk is that?
It's milk.
Yeah, but it's milk from where?
From a mother.
From mother?
Every milk is from a mother.
Yeah, every milk from mother, but what mother? You? It's your milk?
It's from a friend of mine, I can show you.
It's a friend of yours?
Yes, her name is Tiziana.
Tiziana?
Tiziana, yeah. Wait, I'll show you. 1 second. This is Tiziana, ready?
You're joking.
No, that's Tiziana.
And that's her milk?
That's her milk.
We're gonna drink her milk?
If you lose the bread.
Oh, baby, I don't care. I can do that. This is so... Oh, wow. You're serious right now?
I'm very serious. It's Tiziana's milk. She gave it with consent. She's like...
This crazy. No, this is really interesting, though.
I asked around, I need some support. I do this show.
No, you're joking. You're joking with me.
I'm not joking.
This is crazy.
I'm not joking.
I'm not shocked about that. This is really interesting.
Isn't she cute?
Yes, she's cute. And the baby?
The baby wasn't killed. Cow's milk, they kill the baby, you know? And the baby's alive. The baby didn't want to drink the milk, actually. It was frozen, she gave it to me, and now she gives it to you.
You're going to say thank you for her. Because I know it's important.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
When was the last time you had mother's milk? Human mother milk?
Oh, baby, I think when I was young, I think.
Okay, yeah. So it's been more than 30 years.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? 14 years. No, that's too much.
14 is too much. We got see 20.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Maybe it's time to bring out the bread.
Yes.
So while we eat, I will ask you some questions.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're too focused on not losing the bread. Take a handful if you want. You can grab it in your hand. Take more. Boom. Good. I don't know. Does it look hot? What I like about melting things down also, it's like, it's a solid thing. So when you melt it, it becomes fluid and then you can change it.
Yeah.
It's like patriarchy.
Yeah. Baby, let's change the patriarchy, please.
That's our patriarchy.
Yeah, that's. Are you sure that you want to eat the patriarchy? Oh yes, one.
Actually, no. Yeah, but this is not patriarchy. This is like fair, ethically produced, non-exploitative cheese.
Okay, yes.
Should we try if it's ready? I mean, this is.
I think it's working.
So usually this is mother's milk based, cow mothers.
Yes.
And then we do it a bit different here.
I'm happy for the difference.
I see that. That's great.
Let's start countdown.
Let's go.
Okay.
I usually have to do like a circle in like an 8 shape.
Okay.
I hope it's warm. Let's see. What are you more scared of, the human milk or the cashew fondue?
No, because I was like, you're gonna lose your bread, honey, with it.
I didn't.
No, it's not.
It could be a bit more hot.
Oh, it's a lot of.
But the taste is already good.
Let's remember my boyfriend.
Wait, what's the connection to your boyfriend?
I don't know, this was a story. We're not gonna talk about that today.
I didn't understand the word, but
yeah, no, I just say we're not gonna talk about.
Okay, that's good. I have some questions while it's getting more hot. Do you self-identify as a human or as an animal?
Wow. I identify myself as a muse.
As a muse. I mean, SOA the muse is a muse.
Exactly, yeah.
That's beyond anything else. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you would have to be a drag animal like me, which animal?
I'm gonna be cliche.
What?
I think I'm gonna be a panther, something like that. Something, with a kind of cat, something like that, yeah.
Pink panther, black panther?
Black fucking panther, let me tell you.
You should do it and join my drag family.
I just do that.
Well,
I can have corns too.
yeah.
I can be a cow though. I can be a fucking black cow.
You know what cows do?
Tell me.
They love licking each other.
Oh.
I say that not because I'm actually working on a show about queer animals, and cows they build friendships, and the more they lick each other, the closer they are.
Okay.
It's really sweet.
Okay.
Usually they're same sex.
Okay.
The licking couples, yeah.
Wow.
What do you prefer, structure or spontaneity?
What you mean?
Like structure in your life or like spontaneity?
Spontaneity.
Okay. I was expecting the opposite because you seem so like, then these kind of people often they are like.
When I'm on stage, I'm like, but in my life, it's like.
All over the place?
Yeah, all over the place.
All over the place.
I love that.
And do you prefer sunrise or sunset?
Ooh, sunset.
Like the afternoon, evening?
Yeah, sunset. Yeah, sunset.
What do you like about it?
About the sunset?
Yeah.
It's the color. Because I go to Rio.
Yeah.
And I know if you check the sunset, it's sometimes you can see a part of a green color.
On the horizon.
Exactly. It's all the colorimetry of the sun and of the sky is really beautiful. Yeah.
Tough question. And then I think it's ready. If we really melt it down, what makes you you? What are you about?
My passion. I think I'm a passionate person, yeah. I'm passionate about all the things and I'm a lover person. I love to love people. Yeah, of course,
It's beautiful.
No shade.
Let's see if you love the fondue.
Let's try the fondue though. Okay.
I think it looks warm now. Good. Oh yeah, that's a good.
Okay.
That looks good. It's like dripping, dipping.
Dipping.
It's no death drop, but dips.
Yeah, that's deep, not a death drop. Yeah, please, come on.
Well, we talk about it after tasting the.
Now we're starting.
What do you think?
It's good, and I love that they put spices on it.
Yeah, there's some wine, some spices.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I really like it.
It's crazy, no?
Yes.
You don't need to torture the cows.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not. Yeah.
And it's less painful for the belly.
Exactly, and
That's the thing with dairy. Like a lot of people cannot digest it, especially if they're not from like Northern Europe.
Baby. So that's gonna be good for my belly though.
It is.
See? Yeah.
You can perform after. This is the kind of fondue where you can do whatever kind of chumps and crazy shenanigans you
Yeah,
want.
no, you cannot do everything, I think.
Well, it depends how much you eat.
Yeah.
But go on, you need to lose the bread. What scares you more? The climate crisis, or if vegan drag cows like me would rule the world?
Climate crisis. Well, come on, girl. No, I have some because I have a lot of friends vegan. So sometimes when I go to eat with them,
It's not that problematic.
it's not that problematic. No.
And the climate crisis, does it scare you?
I think it's one of the worst problems we have in the world right now.
Great.
Because we talk about a lot of things, but this is the problem right now. Because if we don't, and it's like I think humans have this kind of they think they are gods sometimes. They think
That's why they call themselves MUSE.
but it's like they think like oh shit. A muse is not really a god.
No, but yeah.
It's like it's an energy.
Okay.
But I try to squeeze you. But I think sometimes the human thinking like, oh, the earth is house. Like this place is my place. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna take that.
My forest,
my sea. Exactly.
My country, my whatever. Yeah.
And when there are some people talk about the environment, and some of the politics lost of that and don't care about that. That's make me crazy. Yeah.
And it's also a justice problem again, because the ones that cause the climate crisis is not the same people that humans and animals as well. Like it's the countries that, again, like I don't know how it's on Martinique, which is a small island, probably much heavier consequences than other places.
Oh yeah, because just to be fast, they have how would you say that? I'm going to speak in French. La terre.
The earth.
The earth of the island are empoisonné, poison, because they use special. What's the name of that? It's chlordecone, but it's a special,
Like
chemical thing, for the growth, when you want to grow bananas, etc., etc. But the thing is, that's poison all the island.
I mean, for me, I'm really like the climate crisis, but also the whole agribusiness. I mean, we destroy the earth, so we throw away most of the food.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I don't understand why.
Or bread.
Yes, okay. Oh yeah. You know what? I can do it without to lose my brain.
You're a performer. Can you just like
oh no! Oh my god! Like okay, hold on. Okay. Oh no! No!
Well, you know what it means? It means that. Yeah. Do you want to pour it for us?
You want some?
I will go by solidarity.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're so nice.
Would you do it for me as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's sisterhood.
Don't worry, that's good.
Humans and cows, they can actually get along.
Muse and cows. It's not human. It's muse and cows.
Muses and cows.
Boom! Lemon tail, chin chin.
So the muse, soya, the cow. There we go. Wow, that's a big. You are crazy. I thought you would give it like a little bit.
Let's go. We drink it as a shot.
Santé.
Santé, baby. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah. I feel like it's. Oh.
The aftertaste?
Oh, see, look at my face.
What is happening?
Yes. More younger.
Oh, it's rejuvenating.
Oh, yes.
Tiziana's milk is giving.
Thank you, Tiziana. Thank you for that, Mama.
But isn't it crazy?
Yes, because it's the same taste, though.
So basic.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh. And then in the end, you say, it's milk.
Yeah, and come on, we put some crazy thing in our mouth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's not talk about that, Bobo. I'm not gonna bring,
the past.
You don't want to talk about that now.
About the past.
Exactly.
Are you more oriented towards the past, like thinking back in memories, or are you more somebody who's thinking about your future?
Future.
So you don't dwell in the past?
No, I have consciousness about the past, because that for me is like, as a queer people, I want to know who was there before me, who opened the door for me, And as a Black French queer people, we don't have a lot of Black French queer representation. So I want to be in a part of that, yeah.
Your runway on Global All Stars is like the William Dorsey
Swan, yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
I mean, this was an incredible moment. It was the first kind of known person calling themselves a drag queen.
Yeah, a drag queen, because he had
born into slavery and then leading a queer resistance group.
Boom. No, and we don't hear about it. But the thing is, like, we have some pictures about William that is not William. the performer we see, you know, the famous picture, his name is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown was I think he come from the Bronx, and he go with, it was a duet. They go to France to perform in La Revue Nègre. It was a really big cabaret but the thing is, maybe Mr. Brown is the most people who were close to the vision of William Dorsey Swann, because they used the picture of him, but they never say it was Mr. Brown. So we don't really know how William Dorsey Swann look at, because we don't see pictures. So for me, it was like to see Mr. Brown and create this kind of Afrofuturism vision of if William Dorsey Swann was there, how she looked like, etc., etc.
But that's what I saw. I really saw that, like a reference, paying tribute to the past, but like in a contemporary way.
Yeah.
And I mean, you looked incredible. It was one of my favorite moments of this season, to be honest. Like you speak about the Afrofuturism, and it's so central, no? It's like, maybe you can speak a bit what it means to you, and also where do you want to go in the next 10, 15 years of your
my
career?
God. I hope I'm going to stay alive, though, because what happened in the world right now, anyway. But I think Afrofuturism, they have this famous musician named Sun Ra. And Sun Ra have the vision of, for him, the Afrofuturism is his story is his story. My story is mystery. And I think Afrofuturism is the mystery. It's how we have all about the story, what happened before, etc., but what we take about that and what we're gonna create. And I think it's like a powerful vision of the Black community. For me, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's for me as somebody who is not Black, obviously, seeing this, the power to reimagine the world after going through so much darkness imposed on you in the history, and I mean that's really where I think the future will come from.
I think that too.
It's maybe the cows will also be part of it in their own way. I think like it's really expanding and learning from how salmons live, not the farmed salmons, the wild salmons. How do the snakes live? All these other forms of life that are not like capitalism from like northern countries.
Yes, and we see that a little bit during the COVID. You know what I mean? Because during the COVID, everyone like stay at home, so the nature and take a little bit of the.
But we didn't learn from it. We just went back to running the capitalism hamster wheel.
And that was really interesting because like the nature like grown, take places, and it was crazy at that time. Yeah, it was for me. COVID was so crazy and so bad, but in the same time, there was introspection is like look at yourself, like thinking about like what happened and where you want to go after that. Yeah.
Maybe we need to create our own little mini pandemics.
No, we don't need to create. Maybe we can create a festival though.
That's true.
Like 4 days of festival.
Now we have to spill it. We actually met before in a really beautiful festival outside of Berlin called Whole Festival.
That was beautiful. And she was like, and she's a really cow, let me tell you. She's a nice one.
It's almost the end, unfortunately. Is there anything else that you like when you think of melting down, one last big piece of shit that we need to melt down so we can just pour it out? Or maybe something that you want to pass on?
Wow, that's a fucking good question. And in English, like, let me tell. Can we stop? I have a problem, with the men supremacy vision. Now, I think I have a problem with that. I want to, like, I don't know how to say that in English, so I'm going to say that in French. Les gommes translate for me. J'ai envie qu'on arrête avec cette suprématie d'hommes qui pensent qu'ils contrôlent tout et qui pensent qu'ils sont supérieurs à tout. Je voudrais aussi arrêter avec le racisme, je voudrais aussi arrêter avec la transphobie. Enfin, si on pouvait juste considérer que nous sommes des humains and respect each other. Like,
when you say do you mean men or humans?
Men.
As a cow, I would say we could just say the exactly same thing, but talk about humans.
Yeah, same. You're
but
right.
I have the same wishes as you. That's really beautiful. So the MUSE, I'm so So grateful that you came here to have some fondue with me.
Some fondue, some Tatiana, right?
Some Tiziana.
Yeah, some Tiziana milk too. That's good.
Also, I just want to say, like, I love your art. I'm very grateful. Everybody go check out SOA the Muse's work. If you're in Paris, visit La Bouche.
Yes.
And if you liked our conversation, send it to everybody who needs to hear this, and maybe watch it also, because we're really beautiful. If you're listening, well, shame on you. You're missing out. And thanks for joining for the Meltdown.
It was a pleasure.
One last thing.
Yeah. Would you do me a favor and move with me?
Of course, I can move it.
Can you move well?
Okay.
Nothing you can do, huh? Okay, so we're gonna turn to the camera, breathe in, and then we move.
But what kind of move you want?
That's a very good question.
I told you.
I mean, cows usually only move when there's a problem.
Okay.
Otherwise, they communicate with this kind of infrared, deep, low sound. But we're gonna do like a moo.
Okay. A move. Okay. Like a
Passion.
a passion.
A passionate.
A passion move. Okay. Let's go.